Okay, where am I streaming? Am I YouTube? Yes, I am. Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're gonna have a good week ahead. Today is Tuesday, July 21st. Something to say? Uh, in case you're here for an update about Carnage Mansion, we are gonna be at Philippine Game Development Expo. We're going to showcase 6 games of our own, also a guest game from our friend, and it's going to be wild. And one of them is going to be Carnage Mansion. So we got a new demo with the new character model, full background, overhaul of the whole background. A lot of new materials were shaders were developed at the time when I'm making that, and it's just getting the actual feel of what the level will at least when it comes to the visual, not to the layout of how the gameplay is going to be. There is new gameplay mechanics, so now combat is a little bit better than before. Before it was press the button to win. Now enemies are kicking your ass, and you have to really be careful of what you're going to do. Uh, and yeah, a little bit more thought out mechanic. Uh, so look forward for that. I hope I can release a playable prototype for everyone just like to experience. So you'll have a taste of whatever we're doing, hopefully. And yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man. If you're somehow you're in the Philippines, you're in Manila, drop by Mall of Asia. We're gonna be there at Philippine Game Development Expo, PGDX. Okay, so now to the actual subject I want to talk about, and this has been going on in my head for a very long. This is about actors and movies in general as well. Uh, Actors. Hmm. Back in the day, I found movies more interesting. Even as a kid, I look at um, the actors, and there was something different about them, something very, very unique that today's actors, they don't have that. Today's actors, they look like they belong on magazine, they belong on uh, a commercial, underwear commercial, chiseled. They have done so much work on their faces, or they're really handpicked from the best of the best. And those are only the guys are going to be the heroes in the movies, even an action movie. They really got to look in a certain way for them to be actors as a main guy or lead guy. I think that is what is lost in a lot of movies is that we don't have that guy. Everyone is an ex-military. Everyone is a or like 20 years, 30 years cop, or like there's something about them that a regular Joe cannot relate. And uh, I'm watching an old movie right now on TV, and the moment I saw the actor, I was like, "Wait, this is the leading guy!" And you can Google his name. His name is Fernando Poe Jr., a Filipino actor. I'm sitting in the eatery watching the movie while I'm eating, and I could not keep my eyes off the TV. He looked like the Unk that you know. He looks like he has this rugged kind of masculinity that you could see in a guy that you know in the neighborhood, a guy that you have seen in a bus stop, a guy that who you have seen somewhere. Okay, a guy that is relatable, real, and all of the actors that are surrounding him, they all look real. Some of them like a little chubby. Some of them are thin. The way that they're wearing their clothes, they're sweaty. Okay, when the scene is happening because it's hot here in the Philippines, so it does make sense. They fit into the environment. they're not treating this as a flaw. They're not treating the sweat of the character. They're not treating the there is no polish. There is certain ruggedness to the movie that I was watching. It felt very, very real. And that reminded me of Iraqi movies that I used to watch, the Egyptian movies that I used to watch. And they always, all of the actors, they always look like an uncle that I would know, someone in the neighborhood that I know, a friend of my dad, someone that a kid, when they watch, they would think that I will be this guy. I can be this guy. And I think that would bring the audience closer to the character, is that they can relate to it. They can see themselves at, they can, even the actress is pretty, okay? I don't know what her name is. She's pretty, but she's not that insane. Like, there's a certain, she looks like a pretty regular girl, okay? With certain features, but it looks like she belongs in the environment. She does not look like this impossibly pretty girl that you cannot find anywhere. Or if you find, she's completely out of your league and you cannot even think of dating her. And I think really that is what is missing from a lot of movies, that the regular guy not there anymore. Even the American movies in the 80s has it. In the early 90s, they had that. Of course, you got your Stallone, you got uh, uh, your Kurt Russell, you got your uh, Schwarzenegger, and you got all of these like buff action actors, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. But there are like guys like Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis looks like a regular guy. Okay, he's not like this super jacked up dude. He looks like a dude who's like, yeah, he kind of eats okay, and but life treated him a little rough. You look at uh, what's his name? Oh my God, all the names are Machete, the actor. He looks like a guy that you would have seen, a tough guy in the neighborhood that you have seen. Okay, these guys, they are kind of getting removed of movies. They're not there anymore. The level of polish in the actors, the way that they're being picked, I think it's the casting agency and all of movie making in general. They're being way too careful to the level that those actors are no longer relatable to the audience, and that's why it's just missing. There are a lot of things that are missing. So the movies does not spark that interest. Want to watch a regular story, like not a VFX shit, not some explosions and everything. Just as a small uh, uh, scruffle in the neighborhood had these guys and got this guy and they got some conflict, and there are some guys who are just being jackasses in the neighborhood. There's this dynamic that happens that feels relatable, that it could happen. It's possibly to happen. I like the recent movie. What was it? What was it called? Uh, Nobody. No, but nobody. Again, like nobody is this impossible professional that terrifies people. Actually, like he does look like a regular guy, but his background is so terrifying that he's when someone heard or saw in the first movie who he is, they ran away and they close their bunker and they don't want to get out. And I think again that just like took everything out. Like, damn it, again they went into that. He's a trained killer, who's like a monster, but he looks like a regular guy. But there is no just a restaurant owner who's really tough, and he have been in a couple of fights in the neighborhood, so he knows how to carry. It's it's just that. It's there is no normality in movies and in stories that I think is just it loses that touch of reality. And I noticed that again today when I was watching that movie. Like the hero, it was like, oh shit, that's the leading man. Who's that actor? I asked the eatery owner, and she's like, oh, this is Fernando Poe Jr. And I came back and I looked for him, and he looks like a rugged guy, just like a, but also like you could see uh, the uncles in the neighborhood while they're sitting there, they could like invite him for a shot. You can see that, or your uncle dropping by with a bag of fruits. That's what he looks like. And not saying that to take a dunk on the guy, saying that as a compliment. He looks real. He looks that he is there. Even in his youth, he looks very handsome. Like I'm looking at some of the pictures here. Uh, he is really good looking, but there is this regularity about him. Like he's a regular Joe, and you can see that. And I feel that also with Sonny Chiba. I have a friend in Iraq who looks exactly like Sonny Chiba. I don't have a picture of him, sadly, but he looks exactly like Sonny Chiba. And it's that's the thing. We don't have Sonny Chiba. We don't have Fernando Poe Jr. In movies. We don't have any more Bruce Willis in the movies. I think that is what is really missing. You got just a regular guy. Like even in Sonny Chiba, I know that he plays these roles that he's a ninja and in he's like this martial arts guy, but like it's a martial arts guy who's going out to fight the bad guys. He does not look like that. It's impossible to achieve that physique. You don't need a shit ton of steroids to be Sonny Chiba. You don't. It's like, yeah, there is no more regular guy. There is no more regular girl. So I think maybe movies should start doing that. Just put regular people or movies. Like when you see an actor who's coming out for acting, give the chance to someone who's acting good, but he looks like a guy that you know from the neighborhood. Does not look like he is gonna be the next poster guy. Take a chance on those. Take a chance on those guys. Take a chance on those girls. Like even when I look at Jason Statham when he was young, yeah, there you go, Jason Statham. Now he's chiseled and all of that shit. But if you look at the British movies that he have done before, uh, he like Snitch, for example, he looks like a regular dude, a regular dude that you know. He's bald and he's like he's kind of tall. He looks manly, but he fits in the environment. He's a regular dude. Of course, you look at him now. It's like the moment you see him, it's like, oh shit, it's Jason Statham. But yeah, I think Hollywood needs to take a little bit of chance on a guy that looks regular, and I think also for young movie makers, if you're going to be making a film or something, you're shooting an indie film, pick up the regular guy, see where they're going to take you, how they're going to be on screen, are they going to be relatable? As take a chance, do that. Doesn't have to be the next Thor or Captain America or Superman. Just a regular dude. Yeah, I guess that's it. I finished mumbling for 15 minutes. My God, all of that. Yeah, over and out. Have a nice week.